Hey everybody, Chad at Turner's Warehouse, and today I want to talk about the Record Power Herald. Now I wanted to give you my thoughts and a little review because I actually used the Herald in my shop for over a year, and I've got some things I want to tell you about it. So the one thing that really drew me to the Herald right away was it's a small lathe with a lot of big features. And what I mean by that is you've got a 1 1/4 headstock for larger chucks and faceplates, but you've also got good capacity. It's a 14-inch over bed by 20, but the main thing that I loved was the swivel head. Now the swivel head is awesome for a variety of things. One, you can turn it and sand in front without having to reach around, so it saves your shoulders and your back. That's what I liked a lot. The other thing is it has a lot of accessories. For example, the outrigger will turn this lathe from a 14-inch to a 21-inch. So you could actually turn a big bowl on a relatively small lathe. And I really like that feature. This is actually my outrigger from my shop that I use for this lathe. I did have it on the legs that you see here. They're optional. I like the legs. I actually even had it, I put casters on it. You can see the hole here. I put little short casters on it, so it raised it 1.5 inches, which was probably too tall for me personally because I'm not real tall, but it still was really comfortable. So that is a cool thing. I always planned on mounting it on a bench, but I never got around to it, so the wheels on the legs worked. But if you do want to mount it on a bench, we do have these optional bench feet that go where the legs go, and then it's easier to bolt down your lathe on the bench, plus it gives you a tiny bit of rise. So in addition to those things, I just really like the style and the comfort of this lathe. It's not bulky, it's smooth. Everything seems to flow really well. It has great power. It's a 1-horse motor. I do love the feature that you can set the speed before you start it. So that's a lot of, when I'm sanding or whatever, I can turn it down to where I want, hit go and be done. But overall, great lathe, lots of power. I never ran into an issue where I was underpowered, which I kind of thought I might when I first got it, but it's a very smooth lathe. I think in the UK, these come from the UK, I think they rate horsepower a little differently, so it could be a little more than 1 horse, so it really spins nice and has good power. So lastly, I wanted to tell you, and I don't personally use it because I'm right-handed, but if you are left-handed, this lathe, you can spin the head around all the way and make it a left-handed lathe. You just push that down and swap the tailstock. So it is kind of a cool feature that you can do with this lathe. So in closing, this is a great machine. It's 110 volt. You can plug it in just about anywhere. I really enjoyed it. Great power, lots of accessories from Record. In addition, all your accessories from other companies will fit because it's a standard Morse Taper 2 with a 1 1/4 head. You got plenty of distance. There are other accessories I didn't even mention, like you can get a 20-inch extension, so you could essentially turn a baseball bat on this. But it's a great size, great compact lathe with lots of power, and it's packed with features. So I give it a thumbs up.